Randy, did you take away our off buttons? I know, I was trying to turn it off and it wouldn't go up. I don't think I was holding it long enough.
It is 6 o'clock. I'm calling this meeting of August of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Will we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Could I have a roll call, please?
Tim Catron,
Here.
Rob Cook,
Yes.
Donald Chase,
Here?
Jeremy Clary, Nikki Minalowski, Mark Stahl.
Present.
Can I have a motion to accept the agenda for tonight?
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion to support to accept the agenda for tonight. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Can I have an approval of the meetings for last month, or last meeting?
So move. Support.
We have a motion to support to accept the minutes as written. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Do we have any communications?
We do not.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment out there that does not pertain to tonight's meeting? Hearing none, I move that we go right to the hearing of the appeal of tonight of BA 825-3. Can I have a staff report, please?
BA 825-3, a request by Joseph and Lisa Dixon for a variance from zoning ordinance section 6.2.5 lot frontage depth ratio to allow for the division of their property. The property is located at 5511 Allegan Road, section 14 of Vermontville Township. The site is 13.33 acres in size. The property is zoned limited agricultural. The surrounding area is also zoned limited agricultural. The surrounding uses are residential and agricultural. The applicant is requesting a variance to allow for the division of their property to exceed the required width-to-depth ratio of 1:3. Variance amount requested, the applicant is requesting a variance from the 1:3 ratio in the amount of 147.29 feet for the width of the resulting parcel A. Applicant statement. The applicant describes the request as, "We would like to create a parcel of land for our daughter and her family to build their home on. To do this, our remaining property identified as parcel A on site plan 2 will not meet the required width-to-depth ratio. Request a variance from 1:3 width-to-depth ratio in the amount of 147.29 feet of width for our remaining parcel A as shown on site plan 2. The applicant offers the following as justification for the request. We had proposed to create a flag lot for our daughter's proposed property, see attached site plan number 1, proposed parcel B, but we could not gain approval from the Eaton County Road Commission for a new proposed driveway in the location needed. Please see the attached emails from Mr. Matthew Hannas of the Eaton County Road Commission. Our daughter would be able to use the existing farm lane as shown on site plan 2, as long as it is 25 feet from the new property line. The applicant offers the following as it regards to items A through E. Item A, based on the soils, our property is a 1:3 ratio. We are unable to obtain a driveway permit where we had originally proposed as drawn on site plan 1. We may be able to split our property more than twice to meet the width-to-depth ratio, but we would be creating an unnecessary non-buildable lot due to the Eaton County Road Commission standards for a driveway. Item B, our property, specifically the road frontage, is on an angle due to the location of Allegan Road. This angle of road is what is preventing us from creating the property as shown on Site Plan 1 and complying with the zoning ordinance requirements, as we are unable to obtain a driveway permit. Item C, we did not create the parcel. It was created in 1978. We purchased the property in 2024 with the intent of dividing to create a parcel for our daughter to build on. We did not find out until June of this year the driveway could not go where we proposed on site plan number 1. Furthermore, only the existing farm lane can be used as a new driveway for an additional parcel. Item D, granting this variance will not alter the character of the neighborhood. Construction of a new home will increase the surrounding property values. And item E, the request with the depth ratio or road frontage variance is in the amount of 147.29 feet for proposed parcel A on Site Plan 2 is in the minimum amount necessary due to the Eaton County Road Commission's requirements that the existing/proposed driveway on Site Plan 2 is to be located 25 feet from the new property line. Agency responses, the Eaton County Road Commission commented, I have reviewed the above-mentioned variance application and visited the site. There is not sufficient site distance at the west side of their parcel to meet the Eaton County Road Commission permit policy. If the flag lot is approved, Site Plan number 1, they will not be permitted a driveway access to that parcel due to limited site distance. There is an existing farm field located to the west of their home that does provide sufficient site distance. I have no objection to the variance approval for Site Plan number 2. In addition, after the staff report was written, the Eaton Conservation District responded. The Eaton Conservation District Board of Directors reviewed this application at their regular meeting on July 29th and have no comments to contribute. And Vermontville Township approved with no comment. Mailing. 5 surrounding property owners were notified by first-class mail. 1 written response was received from neighboring property owners Michael and Sylvia Teberg. We live across the street from the property at 5511 Allegan Road, Vermontville, Michigan, that is requesting a zoning variance from zoning ordinance section 6.2.5 to allow for the division of the property. We wholeheartedly support granting the variance to the Dixons. Staff comments. The property owners, Mr. Joseph and Mrs. Lisa Dixon, would like to divide their property per zoning ordinance section 6.2.5 lot frontage depth ratio. Properties with a majority soils characterized as essential cropland are limited to a 1-to-3 ratio. The type of soils are determined by 1978 soil studies performed by the Michigan Department of Agriculture. And as member Tim Catron pointed out, this actual soils survey was performed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture with the cooperation of the Michigan Agricultural Experiment Station, still in 1978, though. The Land Division Act, PA 288 of 1967, Section 506.109B, requires each resulting parcel to not exceed a depth of more than 4 times the width. The same section allows our zoning ordinance to require a smaller width to depth ratio. In addition, the state act allows for parcels of not more than 10 acres to be exempt from width to depth ratios. Per the zoning ordinance, a property determined to be essential cropland is exempt only if it is more than 24.99 acres. The subject parcel is 13.33 acres. The end resulting parcel A, as shown on Site Plan 2, would be over 10 acres if this request were approved. In addition to the above, PA 288 of 1967, Section 560.109E does not allow for the creation of a property if it is not accessible. While the property proposed as Parcel B on Site Plan 1 has road frontage, the Eaton County Road Commission is unable to issue a driveway permit for the property, which would make the property inaccessible. The board may wish to discuss whether this variance request is due to the practical difficulty related to this particular property. They may also wish to address whether the request is in the minimum amount necessary and if the appellant creates the problem. That completes the staff report.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for staff or for Brandy at this time?
I do.
Go ahead.
So, Brandy, in the staff report, the statement was made that parcel A would be 10 acres, but the site plan provided says 9.96.
Their site plan is incorrect.
Okay.
The site plan was based on calculations from area, Their property is 13.33 acres. They're proposing to create parcel B as a 3-acre lot, which would leave a property of over 10 acres.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question, Brandy. Is there any history on this property when it was created that would number the amount of splits available?
Their amount of splits available, I believe, are 4 that were issued from the assessor. The property was created in 1978. The Land Division Act is from 1967, and while that Land Division Act has always required surveys to be done for properties that are divided, it isn't until 1997 that they were actually completed and recorded as required.
Okay, thank you.
Just to follow up on that, Brandy, does the existing parcel meet the 1-to-3 width to depth ratio? So is it an existing legal nonconformity, or is it completely compliant right now?
It's completely compliant right now.
Thank you.
I had to do the math because I was wondering that too.
Brandy, if I calculated right, it does meet the state requirement, correct?
That is correct, which is why I put it in the staff report. The Board of Appeals has heard an application of this exact caliber in the past, I want to say about 6 years ago, just for reference.
Okay, and then, can you tell me where the 147.29 feet comes from?
I had to work on that too. It's not easy.
Let me get out a calculator for you.
I can show Tim if you would like. I can say it in the microphone.
So it's the depth of the property
So this
divided by
number right
3.
here, divided by 3, gives you what it has to be. And then if you subtract this 274.12 from what's required, you get the 147.29.
Okay, thank you.
I've literally been sitting here trying to figure out where that number came from.
Do we have any more questions? Hearing none, we'll close that portion. Do we have anybody out there who wishes to speak? Okay. Please state your name and address.
My name's Derek. I'm speaking on behalf of the Dixons. They live at 5511 Allegan Road.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't, just trying to get this approved so that we can build a house for my wife, the Dixons' daughter, and continue our family in the Vermontville area.
Okay. Do we have any questions for this young man? Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not seeing any opposition out there, so we'll go to close that portion and we'll go to speak among ourselves. Mind you, we need to speak into the microphone. Well,
I'm having a really hard time with this one because I've been through something similar with the road commission. I'm not a fan. So my experience did not bode well. I hope they had a much better experience than I did, but I feel like the road commission creates issues, not solves them.
what do you think, Tim?
Well, I support the appeal because I had a similar problem with the road commission. I support the appeal because I had a similar problem with the road commission, and what they have proposed in their site plan too is the only way that I see out of it.
Mr. Cook? Mr. Cook?
I got one of the letters, and I have no problem with this. We should put it through.
Guess that leaves me. So I'm torn on this one. I can argue that items A through E, that there is a practical difficulty with regards to the topography and terrain of getting a driveway permit for a land split. The difficult part for me is is the way that it's being split, being created by the applicant, and I'm not sure about that one. I could be swayed either way.
I also struggle, I'm with you. At first I was looking at the angle of Allegan Road and the topography, and it does create an issue. I struggle with the minimum amount necessary. But I do see an argument both ways.
I'm in agreement also. The only problem I had was when this lot was originally created, they set it up because of the angle of that road. So it's not unique to me. I mean, that's why it's the way it is. But then again, things have changed, and I really don't have a problem with this, as long as everybody is signed off on it.
I guess to be clear, if the property wasn't as long in the back, it would be fine. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct. If the property wasn't as deep, then they wouldn't have this issue.
And again, it does meet the state requirement.
Yeah.
What is the state requirement on?
It's that 4-to-1 instead of 3-to-1.
So it's just R because of the soils and the classification?
Randy, do you know any reason why we have a 3-to-1 instead of the state's 4-to-1?
It is my understanding that we created the 3-to-1 ratio in order to preserve farmland.
Makes sense.
And the 4-to-1 ratio is the state's, in the Land Division Act, PA 280 of 1967, it is a 4-to-1 ratio, and any property over 10 acres is exempt from that width-to-depth ratio. But it does allow for local zoning ordinances to put more restrictions on it, which is what we have done here in Eaton County.
Thank you.
If the idea is to preserve more farmland, then putting an extra house on a small parcel makes sense.
More sense than buying a 40-acre parcel and planting a house in the middle of it.
Right.
Do we have any more comments? Hearing none, we'll close that portion, and I'll entertain a motion.
Let's see.
I'm not good at this, but I guess I'll move to pass the zoning variance so that the people can split the lot and build the house.
Rob, you have to address items A through E.
Page 3. So item A, there's a practical difficulty in carrying out the strict letter of the ordinance.
So unless we can defend all 5 of those, that's, our job is to make sure that it meets all of those criteria.
So the practical difficulty is that they can't split the lot because of the permitting restrictions with the Eaton County Road Commission.
Well, I guess vote it down then.
I think you could give it a shot.
I think you just,
I'll help you. Or I can do it. Go ahead. Okay. I'm gonna move to approve BA-8-25-3. In that there's a practical difficulty in carrying out the strict letter of the ordinance. This practical difficulty is related directly to permitting requirements with the Eaton County Road Commission and site distance. Practical difficulty is difficult to the unique circumstances related to this particular property, in that when it was created in the 70s, it was already long and skinny, and the Allegan Road is at an angle, and there are topography issues that limit the number of driveways. Obviously, the problem was not created by the applicant with regards to the angle of Allegan Road and the topography. Granting this variance will not alter the essential character of this district or neighborhood, and that this variance of, hold on, I gotta go back, 147.29 feet is the minimum amount necessary to overcome this specific inequity inherent to this particular property.
Support.
We have a motion and a support. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Tim Catron,
Yes?
Rob Cook,
Yes.
Jeremy Clary,
No.
Mark Stahl,
Yes to approve.
Donald Chase.
Yes.
Motion passes. Sit tight. When we're done with the meeting, I'm going to take you guys back to my office.
Thank you. Do we have any old business?
We do not.
Do we have any new business?
We don't have new business, but I thought it was important to update the Zoning Board of Appeals on the contract that we are seeking. By we mean Eaton County is seeking to offer planning and zoning services for a fee to all of the townships. The proposed contract is to keep things as they currently are. We would continue to follow through with all the work that we continue to do. We have increased our permit fees for zoning referrals, Board of Appeals, variance, all of them across the board. And the townships would be charged a annual fee of $15,000. So we held our first meeting with the townships in July. We have a second meeting with the townships scheduled for August 26th. So I think the first meeting went well. We've had great conversations with our township partners. And I'll keep you guys abreast on how the rest of it goes.
Question, Brandy, on that. Is there a minimum number of townships that have to, I mean, what if two don't, or what if one doesn't? What happens?
So the current fee is for all 11 townships to buy in. Currently, we do planning and zoning services for 11 townships.
So there's not been any thought to what if?
If not all buy in,
Yeah.
then we would have to rework the numbers.
Okay. And would it leave those townships just without?
Correct.
Okay.
The current resolution from the Board of Commissioners approved us to move forward, not charging the townships more than $15,000. So that's the current resolution that we're working with. In addition, I received a grant from MISHDA to update our master plan and zoning ordinance. In that proposed update would be including language to provide services to cities and villages.
Okay.
So they would also be able to build in, which for some of our smaller cities and villages would offer them some great needed support and help.
Okay.
Do we have any upcoming cases?
We do not.
Do we have any public comment? Hearing none, I'll take a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion, and I'll second that we say goodnight, and all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.